comedian. Oh, I gotta say, he's the smoothest man I know. Willie Santiago! What's up?
Yo, the Oscars, man. Yo, that event was meant for me. I'm a comedian, I got alopecia, and my name is Will. Well, that's crazy. Let's do this, man. What most people have is alopecia areata, which is just patches of your hair being lost, and it's just smooth patches, and then eventually it grows back with treatment. It's either creams or steroids that they give you. I was at a point where it took 2 weeks for it all to fall off, so you can imagine what I looked like when I had hair. I mean, this was me. That was me right there in 2012. Yeah.
What's with the faces?
So we wanted to pretend.
Explain that, brother.
So we made those faces because everybody had these big ass smiles on their faces, excited to see Carlos Mencia. And Tony thought it was a brilliant idea to have us go up there and look like we didn't give a fuck, like we didn't want to be there. And Carlos Mencia loved it, and he put this in the front cover of his event when he went to Cleveland. So this is the cover photo of his comedy show in Cleveland.
You had the fro.
Yeah, I had all that rocket, man. So you can see I was just an abnormal looking dude in his younger 20s, and then a little bit after that, it took 2 weeks for it to fall out. So I'm in the shower, and I just lightly grab my hair just to try to wash it, and I have a load of hair in my hand.
Get out.
So that was pretty depressing. I thought somebody was doing like brujeria, like witchcraft on me, and I was losing all my hair because I seen it in a movie one time when I was a kid. So I took that, and I would cry in the shower, man. I cried in the shower like a little girl because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what happened. So alopecia, man, it's an autoimmune disease, and I don't think that, like, people say disease and they think it's life-threatening or it's deadly. With autoimmune just simply means that your body just automatically attacks what's going on and it doesn't know what's really happening. It's just the brain thinking that the hair follicles in your body is attacking the body, so it stops it from growing. It's like a defense mechanism. So your brain's on some like malfunction. If it hurt anything, it hurt my feelings, man. I had to change my view on life and the way I approach things because I look so different. I mean, I would go to the stores and little kids would stare at me because they never see somebody without any hair before like that. The way I was, the reactions from my friends. Not that my friends' reactions were like, damn, bro, what the f***? Like, it wasn't like they were attacking me. They were just wondering why you look like that now. To the point that people thought I shaved my eyebrows off and things like that, which I always thought was funny because I'm like, who wakes up in the morning and is just like, yeah, I don't need these. So when it comes to a woman and a man and how they deal with alopecia, yes, a woman has challenges as well, but they can wear makeup, they can draw eyebrows, they can wear wigs if they really wanted to cover that up. Like, can you imagine me with wigs? Like different styles of wigs, man. Like it's not looking so good for me. You know what I mean? So I even tried that, you know, just for shits and gigs. But a woman could wear a wig and it become very beautiful, even though they're beautiful without it. Going to barbershops, especially when I took my son to get a haircut, and all the barbers would look at me like, yo, what are you doing here? You know, but always joking. I would sit on the chair like, yeah, bro, I need me a ball fade, and I'll just sit there. And they wouldn't know how to respond, you know. So I just miss the feeling of going to a barbershop and having that talk, having that chit chat, having that vibe with everybody else, you know, talking about bullshit, sports or whatever it may be, man. Life, baby mama drama. And I miss doing that. That's that, you know what I'm saying, that connection you have with other men, you know what I mean? So I miss doing that, bro. That's like manhood. You go to a barbershop and now I'm not able to do things like that. So I have to learn to cope with that, you know what I mean? So just like with a female, you can't go to a salon and go get your hair done no more with that woman with alopecia universalis. You can't, you know? So with the wigs, it makes you feel like you're with them again, in a sense.
Alright. Can I see that? What the heck is that?
It's hard for a man to deal with that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, men get bald all the time, this and that. I'm saying, like, I don't even have nose hair. I don't have ear hair. I don't have anything like a defense mechanism that the natural body has. So like, I make a joke like, you know, oh, my dream vacation will be in a sandstorm in Arizona. It would be the shittiest thing ever for me to go through.
Right.
You know, because I have no nose hair, you know?
Damn.
But, you know, the bright side of it, if I did cocaine, boy, will that be fun. The trip would be instant. But yeah, man, little things like that, man, like, even with COVID, man, talk about that, man. I don't want to talk about that.
That's another video.
That's another video, man. But I should have got sick like 100 million times because I have no hair in my nose or anything. Like, I don't even have eyelashes. Like, that shit should have just welcomed itself into my body. There'd have been apartments of COVID.
To the spot, man, I went to the bathroom, right? This bald dude, he comes up to me, and he's like, hey, Will, what do you use for that, make your hair so smooth, man? I'm like, I use this cream. It's called Alopecia. You can buy it at your nearest drug mart. When this all happened, my friend tried to pump me up, man. My friend, they was like, Willie, you can really embrace this stuff, man. You can become one of the 4 Ninja Turtles. I said, well, hell if I can, buddy. I look like a Save-A-Lot superhero.
Obviously, you eventually embraced it.
Yeah.
What was
Other
that
than like, you know, I had kids too, so I had to embrace that too. But really, it was just because of the way I looked. So it was hard to accept, man. But I had to tell myself that this is what it is, man. This is what I have to live the rest of my life with because I have alopecia universalis. Most people that have alopecia talk about it. They have alopecia areata, which is the light stage of alopecia. You get patches on your head, you take steroids or creams, and they grow back. And for the rest of your life, yeah, every now and then you have patches that'll come and go. But for me, universalis is just a Latin term that means all. And so for me, I don't have hair anywhere in my body, like nowhere. I took that to the stage because people ask me, they're like, especially females, are like, you don't have anybody hair anywhere? I'm like, yeah, like nowhere. And we all know what area of the body they're talking about. So
Sure.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, like nowhere.
Sure.
I got back into comedy in 2019 because I felt like, what am I doing? I need to embrace who I am, and why not have an advantage in the comedy scene because I'm so unique in the way I look. I went from a stage name from Local Willie to Smooth Will I have recently, and now it's WillieWill. Because I don't want that, my alopecia, to be like the main thing in my name. Like, oh, Smooth Will, because he doesn't have any hair, he's smooth.
Right,
and it's like, yeah, that's like, I don't want that to be the focus. WillieWill, it's a perfect name for me because it's who I am. And that's just the energy that I bring off. I bring mad energy, but I did use alopecia into my aspect because it's just the best way to cope with it, man. Why not make jokes of it? As a comedian, we know our limits. You know, if we could, but at the same time, if you're going to a comedy show and you're a sensitive person in a crowd, don't go to a comedy show because it's not gonna favor you too well. You can't be sensitive going to a comedy show, you know. And if you're going to a comedy show and you have like a disability or you're just, you know, you're just different, and you're in the front part of the stage, you're probably gonna get heckled. As a comedian, you're like, it's like if you had a block of gold right there in front of you, all you gotta do is grab it. You're not gonna not grab it. So when he did the joke, he didn't know that she had alopecia to begin with. The G.I. Jane joke was just a reference to her having short hair. Yeah, all people like, well, she announced it in her podcast. That doesn't mean Chris Rock follows Jada Smith's podcast, man. Right. He has other things he's got to do. He's a comedian. He was setting up his big tour that he's currently on right now. As a person with alopecia, you need to understand, like, we eventually learn how to cope with what we look like and how we have to embrace life as it is. But a comedian is an insensitive person. At the end of the day, when somebody sees comedy, wants to hear comedy, they want to hear the truth, and they want to hear the joking side of the truth. They want to be able to laugh at something that's like serious and you can laugh about it. But I want people to understand this. Alopecia is not just, oh, we're losing our hair. It's a lifestyle that we have to adjust and change, just like somebody losing their legs. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine a vet losing their legs and have to come home. You have to adjust your whole lifestyle. I have to adjust the way I look. Yeah, it's not deadly. Yeah, I'm not physically hurting, but my feelings are hurt. I have to look at life a different way. I have to learn to accept who I am. And that gets deeper and deeper into it than anything other than just physically. Like, people can see that your legs are gone. You're seeing that your legs are gone. I have to look in the mirror every day and remind myself that this is what this is. So for us, we have to learn to adjust.
7 hours later.
So, and just like concluding everything on both sides of the spectrum, as a comedian, when we go on stage, we expect the crowd to understand that these are just jokes. We just want them to understand. We want them to look at the bright side of things, the humorous side of things. We want them to be like, oh, ha, ha, ha. Thank you for having me see this side of the story of a situation. And it could be a up situation, man. It could be about war. But if there's a way a comedian can find the bright side of it and make a joke out of it and make people feel good and just make them laugh, and not at the evil shit, but just at like the good side of things, we want to do that. The role as a comedian is to find humor in anything we can. That's the role of a comedian, is to find humor in anything we can. That doesn't mean we don't take things seriously. We take our job very seriously.
And in one sentence, as far as Will smacking the comedian, what do you have to say? In one sentence. Is that good or bad?
You embarrassed a man in front of millions of people on live TV. You could have handled it a different way, especially a professional entertainment business longer than I've been alive.
Boom.
My name is Will. My stage name is WillieWill as of now. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok at Local Willie Comedy. Alright guys, just want to try to see different views and my view on both sides of the aspect. I love y'all. Peace.
William Santiago. WillieWill. Thank you, brother.